Hi, this is a little video to discuss salt, particularly which is the best salt for use. What is the healthiest salt? The answer may be a little bit surprising. Um, it's actually best to use a combination of many different salts, as different salts have different properties. For example, one would think that iodized table salt, being highly processed, is not very good for you. And there are elements of it that may be true. However, um, if you take a salt like Himalayan pink salt, which doesn't have iodine added to it, uh, there can be an issue where if you have too much of it over a long period, it may lead to thyroid problems because iodine is very helpful in that situation. So that's one of the reasons they added iodine to table salt, is because we don't generally get enough of it from other sources. So I believe, and to prevent thyroid problems that come from eating salt without having iodine added to it. Um, so therefore, it is good to have a measure of table salt simply because it's got iodine added to it, and that if you eat too much of the other salts that don't have iodine added, then it may lead to thyroid problems. This is something I was told on the uni salt flats, actually, is that they sell salt there, but that doesn't have iodine added, but they did specifically say that if you have too much of that salt without the iodine added, it can lead to thyroid problems. Um, and it's also something I was told by a functional medicine practitioner that I went to. Another type of salt, and this is also what I was told by the practitioner, was that grey salt, which is, I believe, a Celtic sea salt, or there is also a grey salt, I believe, that comes from the shores of Brittany in France. And although I can't find anything to back this up on the internet, I was told by the practitioner that grey salt is actually more rich in selenium. And I believe that selenium is one of the things that our soil in New Zealand particularly is quite low on, and so it's good to get extra selenium because it does have help in fighting things like cancer. It has antioxidant properties, and I think I've been touted as one of the reasons why we have quite a high cancer rate in New Zealand, is because there's a lack of selenium in our soil, whereas places like France, there are higher levels of selenium in their soil. In fact, I was reading about this island off the coast of Turkey or something, where their soil is very rich in selenium, and so that goes into the wine that they're making, and so they live very long lives there, and because they drink a lot of this wine, and it also has a thing called resveratrol in it from the grapes, which is good for Alzheimer's and dementia. And so both they have very low incidences of Alzheimer's and dementia, and also cancer. So they live long, healthy lives, and apparently stay up late partying. Anyway, back to salt. Yeah, so grey salt is said to have a bit more selenium in it. Another salt is Hawaiian pink salt and Hawaiian red salt and black salt. I've heard that one of these salts has more potassium in it, I believe. So, yeah, in general, the consensus is that there's actually no salt that is necessarily the best for you. They all have different properties, and actually it's best to get a mixture of all of them, including iodized table salt, simply because it has iodine in it, which we need, and it's added specifically for that purpose. So there you go, a bit of a discussion on salt. Hope you enjoyed. Please share, like, and subscribe if you'd like to hear more.